I'm using Zoom now on my Linux environment. Thanks so much for joining. Let me know if you can see me on the screen. Hello. Just give me a yes or no in the chat. That'd be appreciated. Okay, thanks. All right, so I'm going to open up the screen. Okay, on here. Now, this is my first time doing this on Linux. You guys can see my screen okay? Just give me a chat. Alrighty. This gets very confusing. Can you see my screen okay? Yeah, I just got to get my chat going. Well, alrighty. Thank you. Hello, everybody. You guys can see my screen okay? Just give me a yes. Sorry about that if I'm asking too many times. Yes. Okay. I'm going to assume you guys can see my screen. All right. So let me load up our screen. Can you see my, maybe you can't down here. This is really bizarre. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen okay. I'm hoping I'm recording here as well. Just give me a second here. I'm hoping I'm recording. All right, you guys can see my screen. I am apologizing profusely here. I got two screens here. Oh man. Okay, yes, I can see. Yeah, okay, thank you. All right, so let's get started on this. I've got my bot's been trading. I've done some fixes to my good old Binance bot. So we're going to go in reversed here. We've got some trades that happened today. I put up a video on this. So today's the 8th of February. So this is what was traded today. Okay, I'm going to go through these. So we have Doge was the big one, courtesy of Elon Musk. You can see here on the hourly chart, everything's looking good. Daily chart, look at that move, and that started not too long ago. You know, you're looking at close at 007, and now they're saying something like 10-time return in small amount of time. This is it's called like a joke coin. Now you guys can chime in anytime you want if you got any special requests. This is of course using Binance Asia here on Motorway. So here you can see Doge has gone up 10 times. This is probably the best performing coin in a very short amount of time. I'm sure you heard about in the news. Doge is the big one. Another coin that's done fairly well is this one called Matic. So since this is a daily view, I mean, these returns are just absolutely mind-blowing. 2 cents, peaked all the way up here to like 7 cents. So 3-time return. You name me another asset that's done that. Nobody can do that. Another one that's done very well, I think this is a DeFi coin. Just on a daily chart here. I mean, these moves are just incredible. You know, you're looking at here, close at 18 cents, all the way up to 261. When these things trade, they trade. Okay. Okay. So
I missed Alpha. It was on my watch list.
Okay, hold on, Boyd. If you could just repeat what you just said.
I said I missed Alpha. It was on my watch list. I didn't get in. Well, I was disappointed.
Well, that's why I got the service I'm getting, so you don't have to be disappointed. But this is Binance. I did some major fixes to it because let me talk about that for a minute. My bot was taking losses, started about 10 days ago. What I noticed is there was a lot of quote stuffing happening in the order book and a lot of the coins. I'll get to that in a minute, Martin, about the service. But just generally, I found that there was some coins, not all, there were quote stuffing going on in the order book. So if you're relying on the order book in the futures market, you would have been screwed, because 100% of all those orders would have shown buys or entries. In fact, that was spoofing. So I do believe there's spoofing going on in Binance, but you got to be very careful on what you use with Binance. So I've made some changes to the bot, so it started trading again. So this was not like a gangbusters day at 39 cents. But yesterday was really good, being the 7th. Actually, let me just, okay, there's a couple of other coins I can go through, but I mean, I could show them. Ontology started to trade as well. This one I haven't seen a lot of. You can see here on the daily, it's not a huge return, but here, 46 cents all the way up to, and it's still in play, 78 cents. So it's not quite doubling. That's about 50% return in a very short period of time. I mean, look at that. So we're at, on the closer at 56 cents all the way up to 76 cents. So it's very close to a 50% return. And that's, since the beginning of February, over the last 8 days. Okay, and that's not a top performer. That's the scary part about this whole thing. So if you guys got any other questions, just chime on in. So I've covered these ones. Actually, I can cover near, and these are the ones that we're trading today. So here's this one as well. These are all in the futures market. So this one's an hourly chart again. You can see there on the price close, it's 227 to 341. So it's added a buck, about 30% return. Okay, so those are doing really good, and that's what this bot picks up. I mean, Doge was a big one, as I said yesterday. You can see here, Doge did really, really good. Okay, so the profit would have been that, plus the return for the day would have been 7.87%. And the thing is that when you hear how the stock market did last week, and they're all over the moon because it did over 4% for a week, and that was the best week since November. And here in one day, you're almost doubling what you could get with the Binance bot, right? So I can go through these coins again. The two coins that we don't have here is Aave and BNB. BNB on Saturday was moving like crazy. Let me just pull that up here. So everything's built off of the Binance market in Asia. Okay, so if you're in the US, you can't use this at all because you don't have access to Binance in Asia. But that's why I have the Kraken. But right now we're talking mostly about Binance, because with Binance, all the altcoins and DeFi coins are moving like crazy. So here, this is a BNB. This is a Binance coin. I mean, here's your price at January 31st again. There's been not much solid move up, and it's been hardly hit by any declines of Bitcoin. So here you got $44 on that close there, and it's pushing. Okay, let me just see here. It's still in play. $79 is very close to doubling over the last 8 days. This thing was moving like crazy in on Saturday. It did really, really good right through here. Just these are up moves, and there's people out there that don't want to make money. I heard all these old men, who are supposed to be professional traders. They say their clients are not interested. They're not interested in the volatility. That's just another way of me hearing that they don't know how to trade this stuff. And I think really, when you look at what Elon Musk is doing by putting a $1.5 billion in Bitcoin last month, it clearly tells you that the newer entrepreneurs, the newer people, the newer folks that understand this will do incredibly well. Okay, let's look at Aave. Aave is a DeFi coin, just so you know. Everything's is churning out the way I predicted. When you look at the daily chart of this Aave, like the charts speak for themselves. You have these sudden moves up. So you're looking at, this is a fairly, like I said, a fairly new coin, November 14th at $66, and it's peaked at $504. And this thing's still on the move. This is a DeFi coin. Okay. So that was on February 7th. Okay. So again, we could talk about other coins as well. These are big movers as well. On the 6th, February 6th, I think that was the Friday. Yeah, Saturday, sorry. So these are Saturday movers. Okay. Again, I can pull those up individually. So we've talked about BNB, Aave. Here's another one that I haven't seen lately, but I've seen a lot of this been trading is Cava. So these are coins that you probably never heard of, obviously. So here's Cava. If I pull up the 1 hour chart, again, these big moves since February 1st. This one's a little more choppy, but you can see there are 219 all the way up to 364 on the closer. So that's, 40, 50% move. Another one here we have is Compound. Let me just pull that up. This is an early DeFi coin. Okay. See how that one, this one's a little choppy as well. So the daily, it's done really well. Like these DeFi coins are starting to move, and the real reason they're moving is because of Ethereum 2's out. So these DeFi coins are starting to show their true potential. 131 on December 21st, all the way up to 465. So you're looking at 3-4 time return. Again, charts don't lie. I could look at another one that I've seen lately called GRT. I'll just close up some of these charts. So this one traded on Saturday. So GRT, USDT. Again, I can take requests, no problem. Fairly new coin. Probably a DeFi coin. Binance is very careful in what they list. They don't want scams. 26 cents, December 18th. That was, sorry about the price, 47 cents all the way up to 96. So that doubled since December. Okay, that's one of the weaker ones. I can look up FTM. Let me look up that one, FTM. Oops. And again, these are all listed on the futures market. If you look at the futures market versus the spot market, you will see that the futures market's double usually. If you look at Coinbase Pro. So this one, again, nice moves, man. I mean, here, January 23rd, price 4 cents, moved up to 14. Okay. So I could keep going on. I can show you Ethereum itself. This isn't as traded. So these coins I'm showing you are what they consider top movers at that time. Because I've got a very good scanner that looks for these. So here's Ethereum. You can see here it's hitting its all-time high, 1766. In around here, you're looking at just in around here is where Ethereum 2 came out. I predicted this for about $500. So you're looking at 550, 608, November 23rd, and now it's $1,700. And that's when Ethereum 2 came up. And now the news is saying that there's now everybody's moving into Ethereum mining because they're starting to see that Bitcoin mining is well, it's going to run out because the scarcity. So Bitcoin itself is going to do well. With that news on Elon Musk and Tesla, $1.5 billion. I mean, look at it, $46,000, folks. I mean, that's absolutely bonkers. People would never think that would happen. So there's that. Any questions? Because I'm going to answer Martin's question now regarding the service. So what's happened is I've got some people already waiting in the wings to see this thing take off. I've just launched a new store here. So quantlabs.net/academy/shop. in here, you'll find a new service I've got called, well, it's not really new, but this Quant Analytics. This here's a 3-month subscription. What it entails is a trading bot that it's a client that you get in Python that enables you to trade automatically with the signals that you get through the message queue that I built out. From there, you will be able to set up through your Kraken account for futures or Binance out of Asia and be able to trade automatically through the Python trading script. And the thing is with that, how it is that it will trade on your behalf. And I've just finished up a virtual server that I can hand off to people with the pre-configured trading client. So it's just a matter of you get yourself a VULTR account. Originally, I had different ways to deliver this, but they're still valid. But if you go to VULT or Vulture.com, get one of these cloud computing accounts. They're really cheap, $20. What you're looking for is bandwidth. So you want 4 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte, because there you can set it all up. I just hand it off to you. It's your environment, your code. Already, as I said, pre-configured. It's going to have the security to protect it from any potential internet hacking going on. Like I've got ways where you can authenticate into it via SSH with no via authentication keys, as well as a basic firewall. There's 2 levels of firewalls put in, so basic internet. But you can enhance via what Vulture offers. So there's that. Makes life a lot easier. I can put up the video so you can see what it looks like. I can gladly play that for you. So Sika asks, is Motorway required before the bot works on Binance? No, I only use right now Binance the Motorway for just looking at charts and indicators. Okay. I use Python. It's less restrictive for the programming. So there's that. So yeah, everything's Python. You don't need Motorwave. I just use, as I said, Motorwave to verify charts like I'm doing here. Anybody else got any questions? I can put in the chat the link in if you want. I'll put that in the chat. You might want to capture that. Also, I've been posting all the updates that I've been making on this thing. It's really close. Like the message queuing is working. The right version of Python's running there. It's 3.8, so it's a fairly recent version. And this chat, it's private, doesn't have any logging since I've been moving off of Facebook and YouTube. I can talk freely on this without any restrictions. Does the bot, okay, so Sika asks, does the bot only execute buy trades? If so, what happens when the bull run consolidates? Everything's automated. You get the signal for the entry and the exit. So there's not just buy trades. I think you mean if it longs only. If you look at what's been going on with the Reddit group that manipulated the short trades, it's the reason why you don't want to short. And Binance, I don't know, well, with the futures market, you can short. You can add leverage in the Python trading script if you want. Okay, Martin asks, I love everything I'm seeing and hearing. Please play the video you were mentioning as well to explain if you want the pricing for your VM. I'm a IBM business partner, so I would host your VVM on IBM. Sure, you could do that. But as I said, a lot of people are not technical. That's why I created the virtual environment. So let me just go over here to YouTube and pull up my channel. I'll put it on mute for you so you can kind of get an idea. Actually, I might have it in here instead. Okay, so this is a 2-minute video I have to get an idea. Man, sorry about that. Yeah, as for you, Martin, you kind of want to stay with Vulture because I can transfer this into your account. Let me see here, right here. So I'll put this to full screen.
I'm excited to announce our new Detonation Master Course live.
I'll put that on mute. There you go. You guys should be able to see this. So this is the environment. I'll rewind this. So this is what it looks like. It's a GUI that you would work with if you're familiar with Ubuntu. Okay. Let's see here. So the GUI is called Ubuntu. It sits on top of the Linux. So it's very similar to any desktop Linux version. So you would get standard all Firefox, a terminal, a file manager, some other apps that you don't really need. And I can easily transfer this if you go with Vulture. So if you're familiar with the terminal, it comes configured with the Python. So here you can use the file tool, the browser tool, and be able to run the script via this way. I'm going to show you here. It's a right click, or you can go into the terminal, navigate to that file. So even if you're not very strong in the console, you can kind of run it. I'm going to set up a button that will allow you to run this, but the Python scripts resides in obviously a folder. On top of that, we have home guest user is the navigation of the path. So there's a start client there to start the bot for you. So it's already ready to go. It's modified so you can run it. But I do have that video. Let's see what else it's going to do. I can't remember. And then you can run it if you know the terminal Linux commands as well. So the nice thing about this is if you go with the Vulture, $20 a month, let's say, it's all pre-configured. It's just transferring it over into your account. That's why I went with Vulture. They're very good at this. This is how you can start up your the script right there. So it will set up and integrate with the queue. And then once that queue is ready to go, it will start to receive the signals. And then you can do all the trading as per what's in the code. And you can modify all that as well in the source code as well. I provide a source code walkthrough as well. So that kind of gives you an idea. I mean, I can give you the Python trading script. Let's say you can run it anywhere you want. And the other thing where these can be hosted right in New Jersey in the same data centers where a lot of HFT shops and hedge fund guys are running their services as well. So it's no different than if you're running it out of a Manhattan hedge fund. It's very fast. Martin says, I love it as you may be able to assist us with our Chicago Mercantile Exchange Globex automated trading system we're developing here in Chicago. Will eventually be co-located in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange Data Center. Yeah, you can do that. I'm sure Vulture has a data center as well in Chicago. I don't know where. It's usually in the same data center as you would get with, let me see here, the data center. So there's like 17 globally. It's very cheap for this type of service. It's much cheaper than, let me see, I'm just looking for where their data centers are. So right here in Chicago, I'm sure that it's probably as well in the same location as a lot of the large data centers. Vulture is a huge company. I mean, they're not like a fly-by-night service. I mean, I've been with them pretty good. You could probably check that on the IP as well. For what you pay, it's phenomenal as well. So that's that. Anybody else got any questions at all? I mean, crypto's an awesome asset class. I'm sure a lot of you know. These are just ones that you probably never heard of. I mean, Ethereum's doing good, but some of these are easily outperforming Ethereum. And we haven't even talked about Bitcoin. Yeah, we just talked about Bitcoin as well. I mean, there's a lot of other coins in here. As I said, people go, well, why do I host or why do I focus on the futures market? And it's very simple. coin market cap, when you look at the exchanges here, you have the different types. Yeah, I heard that Martin says that the CME trades both Bitcoin and Ethereum as of last week. I'll address the CME in a minute, but let me just show you. This is Binance now. This is Binance's 24-hour volume. Okay, $31 billion globally out of Asia. That's the spot market. Okay, but the reason you want to be in the what they call the derivatives market, or the futures market, as I call it, is this. It's 47 billion. This can be double sometimes the volume of the spot market. And I believe that a spot market is moving now because of the DeFi coins that are not listed on the futures market of Binance. And you can see here as well that Binance out is huge in terms of volume compared to the next one, Huobi. And Huobi, I believe there's lately been scandals with OKX is another one. I wouldn't trade on those. So let me talk about Kraken. Kraken's down here, but this is the only exchange futures market that Americans have access to, as far as I know. I think BitMEX they used to, but they don't want you anymore. And then when you go back to the spot, Binance again will easily kill the next best exchange, Coinbase. And Coinbase is not a very good company. The customer service blows donkey balls. Forgive me, no worries, Sika, forgive me my many questions, but I'm not really an IT person. Do we need to download the Binance desktop app on the Ubuntu Vulture after renting the Vulture? No, the Binance app that you referred to has nothing to do with the bot, what I'm providing. The Binance app is totally separate. That's provided by Binance, but they don't have any capabilities to automate trading with it. It's fine for manual trading. It's a very good app, actually, but to do automation, you'd want to do it through what I'm doing, similar in Python. Or the Python script doesn't really need the Binance app hosted before execution. That's correct, because it's using, it's talking to the CCXT API, which is a wrapper to any major exchange out there, be it Kraken or Coinbase. Is that any other questions so far? So I said I put in the chat. I'll put the chat the link in there if you want access to this. I mentioned this last week. This is the price point here. Understand there's potentially a lot of support from my end to each person. So to make it worthwhile for me to do that, I may have to put an entry price and double that probably in the next couple of weeks. But that will be an annual subscription. So this is, you can see this is just a 3-month, but that might happen. I don't know. Just depends upon what people want in the market. Anybody else? And a lot of reasons why I do this kind of design is so that I can stay away from regulation. Because as soon as I start taking people's money or managing their exchange account, which I'm avoiding, that leaves out the regulators, as well as from a protection to your own account, either of exchange of Binance or Kraken. I just need the API token key, so I don't have nothing to do with your exchange account other than the API tokens. That's pretty well all I got. Anybody else got any questions? Does the Elite subscription still have subscribe to the quant analytics? No, I separated those last November for the Black Friday, and then I broke them. I separated them out. So the Elite program that you're referring to, if you go into the shop again, that's just totally programming. There's like 6 or 7 courses in that. I'll include the Python course as well to build out these kind of robots. Just so you know, as of maybe tomorrow, I'm going to do a test run on hosting webinars on YouTube on top of the Zoom. I'll be able to provide a lot more virtual classes for people live via either Zoom and YouTube. So I'll be able to do that, maybe able to charge for that, be able to do private consulting with people and have the same setup as you can see here with both Motorway, the Python going. I mean, I have a lot of really exciting things brewing right now, but it's also dependent upon what people want in terms of wants and needs. Any other questions? Because like I said, I mean, I don't know what more I can tell you. Like these charts, go ahead, Martin, if you got any questions. You got my email already, so we can do that. I mean, like nothing else does performs like this. This is just the last 2 days since Saturday. Okay, so even if you were just a hodl, you'd be doing pretty good. But just the problem is you don't know what to hodl. Like Doge, would you hodl? Like, would you want to hold that? Probably not. But look, it's still moving up. Ontology, nobody's ever heard of. The 3-month includes the VM being transferred to people's Vulture account. Yeah, that's correct. All that plus the Python trading script with the source codes, all included. Plus, obviously, I have to support you, so it includes that too. But you know, you got like 6 or 7 coins here on top of whatever else comes, plus all the major ones like Ethereum and no problem, Martin. Sorry about my internet. It's been a problem. I think it's the Linux distro is the problem. I thought it was something else, but it looks like it's the Linux. So it's unstable if you hear my voice come and go. Any other questions at all? If not, I can give it a wrap for tonight. I'm going to do, if you're on my Meetup group, I'll be doing a Forex one. I'm not going to really teach anything, but it's going to go through the Motorway Forex using Awanda. I can automate, do the same thing with Awanda, what I'm showing you here. Oh, you want the Meetup stuff? Yeah, hang on. The best one to go, let me just type it out here. Just give me a second here. Meetup, quant finance. I'll put that in the chat here, so it's in the chat as well. So I just put it in the chat. So it's meetup.com/quant-finance. When will the webinar and your previous webinars be made available? I put them within a few hours on YouTube. Sometimes I put them on YouTube. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make them exclusive to my members. Just depends on the actual content of the webinar and how it played out. Sometimes I don't save the webinar at all because, you know, the recording software might not work properly. But here, using this methodology, I'm hoping to reduce that. I sure for post today's. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I hope so. There's a lot of good coins in there. I'm just showing. This is just the start of it. If I showed you the equity curve, it would be awesome. You know, missed your previous webinar. Still waiting the recordings. It's 1 a.m. here. Which one are you referring to? Thursday? Yeah, that one's not going up. The problem is that people will rely on my webinars, and I'm trying to get people to come out. So actually, most people won't show because, you know, they'll just watch it later on, but I'm trying to encourage the live element. So the Thursday one was a good one, but just not as good as I wanted, and whatnot. Anybody else?
I need to watch the video. You sent me a link for the how to set up the account. I need to look at it. How long is the video? Is it a few minutes?
What are you referring to, Boyd? I'm kind of lost there.
Yeah, you know, the link you sent for the setting up the virtual account.
Oh, yeah, that's part of. Hang on here, I could repost it in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, for the Binance Asia, which the account which I have, isn't it?
Posted that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's part of when you join that 3-month subscription thing. But as a couple of hints here, I can show you what I posted last night. If you go to my channel, I posted 2 videos. These are to secure your server, but these are optional. From what I understand, there's a simpler option. So right here, I've put up 2 videos, one analytics with SSH authentication tutorial. So I posted that. And then there's this one for setting up a Vulture firewall.
Yeah, so which videos do I need to watch, you know, if
both.
I need to?
You want to do
Okay.
both, because the more security you add, the more protection you have on your Vulture server.
Yeah, because I want to understand exactly what needs to be done.
If you know Linux, you should be able to set up the SSH authentication key, because what it enables you to do, you have a key on your system, and then you have the private public key, and then you transfer over into your virtual server the public key. So when you log in automatically using SSH, there's no password or anything, because it's looking for the private key. So if you have a hacker that hacks into your account, they can't get very far without that private key, and that private key is going to sit on your system. So it's one level of security, and then you have 2 levels of security with the firewall. And then that's like the Vulture firewall, plus you can add in a firewall using something called UFW on the server itself. So that's the basic security, and then you can add in, if you want to go crazy, you can add in 2FA if you want. Vulture allows that. The level of security is really good. But the most basic, what I'm referring to is these 2. SSH authentication and the 2 firewalls. But as I said, the Vulture server that's pre-configured will have both already ready to go. Make sense?
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I can give a Windows version of a virtual server. The problem is, if you know Windows and Microsoft, you're asking for a whipload of trouble, because it's very much easier to hack into Windows than in Linux.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've just dumped Windows 3 months ago. I have no problems with the updates. I have no problems with any of the regular things that plague Windows, and I just updated my Linux environment like in the last hour. I didn't have to reset the computer.
As it works seamless, why not? I mean,
yeah, I mean, right now this is Linux that you're watching me on.
Yeah.
And I got Zoom on it. I got Motorway. I've got all this major software that I need. So, and it's free, and updating, and it's fairly secure. Man, I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be foolproof, but it's less hassles that you'll get with Windows. So that's why I would recommend using Linux. But I knew people would have trouble administering their Linux environment just through the terminals. So that's why I've added the GUI element, the front end, the graphical user element, to make it easier for people, because it's just push a button to start it. I'll probably add some more options to terminate the bot, and so on and so forth. Anybody else got any questions? Okay, go ahead, Martin. Just a minute. Okay. If you want to unmute yourself, Martin, go on via video here. I want to disable this share here, so it's just me and my pandemic haircut. Yeah, here. Okay. Anybody else got any questions at all? Yeah, here. Let me just pull up my chat here. How much do you recommend people fund their Vulture accounts with the start? Okay, we have to segregate out the difference. Vulture's for the technical. That's where you host the server. The exchange is going to be either Binance or Kraken. As I keep saying, I would start out with a couple $100 just to see how these signals work for you, if they're reliable, and so on. And if you're happy with it, then you just add in more into your account. That's probably the best way to do that. And then there's 2 parts. There's the, okay, I confused myself. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Excellent. No problem, Martin. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, but then whatever is in the account, it doesn't mean that you can put it into trading. You can just determine how much you're going to trade at particular point in time.
you have a certain preset amount. If it's a couple $100 available in the futures account, either with Binance, it'd be the futures account in Tether, USDT, or in Kraken, it'll be US dollar. In the Kraken futures.
So what you're saying is I have to open a futures account?
Yes. That's where
from my.
I mean, with the source code, with the Python trading script, you could trade the spot market if you want as well.
Oh, okay.
That's why I provide the source code. Now, Martin, she asked, good question. Does the bot auto size the contract size depending on the funds in the futures account? No. Right now it's preset to the minimum $10 or 10 Tether. That's why I provide the source code, because you can then take the signal and do further analysis on it and add in your own risk management right into the source code of the trading script. So if you could probably add in different ways to measure the market risk, and then, or based upon previous history, you could add in position sizing or however you want to do it. So Brian, excellent and great questions. Sika, yeah, these are really good. Any of you guys got any other questions at all? If not, I'm going to continue this next week. As I said, make sure you get on my email list. Let me pull up my, okay, I'm going to have to go back to my share screen here. Okay, give me a minute here. Desktop share. Let me know if you can see my screen okay. There we go. Okay, so what I would recommend, get on my email list. Just go to the quantlabs.net. In there, just fill out this form. Don't worry, I don't, release information to anybody except just for myself. And you'll get on my email list, and that will keep you up to date. Or the better way, which is more, is as I said, get into the chat server. So that's at the store as well. Academy. Actually, if you just go to the blog, it's probably easier. Oops. Just give me a second here. So that would be quantlabs/blog. And then there you'll see a link at the top where it says chat. And I'll take you to that page for the chat mode. Coolio. And then you can just subscribe right there. You can PayPal or Stripe, whatever you want to do. Cool. You have a prospective large audience here in Chicago. We should talk more online. Yeah, we can do that. As I said, I've set up myself to do these kind of demos on Linux with Zoom now, and can stream it out live if I want, YouTube or Facebook. It's pretty killer. Plus, oh yeah, and you want to get on the chat. The thing is, with the chat server, there's no tracking. No one's watching you except the chat itself. I can purge all the logs on it every day if I want, but people will miss out on all the content. I post all my news on there, all the stuff that I'm doing with the bots, and some nerd stuff on there too. Just so you know, Martin, I should mention this. I am going to be starting a study group for futures and options. There's a course out there from UC Davis. So I'm planning to provide a chat study group online by the private chat and go through the course video by videos, 25 videos. It's free. It's on UC Davis, and do a chat group or a study group with that, because I mean, let's face it, if you get excited by cryptos, you see the potential in options and futures. And the course is really good because it's put out by somebody who specializes in agriculture. So you're able to see and understand how the options are written. Okay, give me a second here again. Let me go back to my share screen. Sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. So what you want to look for on the chat group, it's a very good course. I mean, it's free. Let me just pull it up here. YouTube, UC Davis, and then look up futures options course. It's a full-on UC Davis, or it's a course found on UC Davis's 2 versions. There's a 2015 version, as well as there's this version here, but there's a 2015 version, I believe. Let me just see here. It's a playlist. Yeah, so right here is the course where it starts. You can see it's a full-on playlist, about 25 videos, hour and a half each. So it's a full-on course. So that's the best way to search for it. Is just, I can give you in the chat here. And here, where's my chat? Okay, so hopefully I'll help you out. So it's in the chat. But there's a 2001 edition, and this will cover how there's 2 forms when people are writing the options, and there's those that speculate, and which most people on the retail side will speculate what the options writer does, because the options writer has full control on which way the options go. And a lot of people don't know that. So understanding that helps you to defend against what an options writer could do. That could be a hedge fund or big banks. So this is an excellent course. And the thing is, you can systemize it as well. It's really good. Anybody else got any questions at all? So I'm gonna have that study group on the chat server as well. It's just I'm so embedded with the crypto, but I do want to diversify into real legit outside of crypto, because there's going to be periods where crypto is going to be hard to trade, because and you want to be in the futures and options market. It's the most lucrative of any asset class out there. I've tried Forex for many years, and the Forex is okay. It's the brokers. If you've heard me say that a million times, and the stocks are good too, but I do think we'll start to see a major correction in the stock market. I don't know when, but it'll be worse than what you saw last March. Anybody else got any questions? If not, I'll give it a wrap. We'll continue this next Monday. Martin, if you want to reach out to me via email, we can talk privately if you want. We could set something up. And I think I'll provide all the links for you all. And for those that are waiting in the wings for when this thing comes out, for the Python script and the virtual server, it's ready to go. It's ready to go. The thing is that you need to understand how comfortable you are with Python and how comfortable you are with Linux. I can set it all up and get you on that. And other people are on just a VPS. We can get you set up for compatibility with Python 3.8. Shouldn't be a big problem. And then just hand you off the script and ready to go. You know who I'm talking to in Australia, Singapore out there. Just reach out to me. We'll set you up. But the thing's pretty well ready to go. The message queuing works great. It doesn't miss a beat when it comes to the queuing now. It's not going to miss any signals. It's going to be delivered wherever you are, 100 milliseconds. That's what the vendor guarantees it at. Works. It's been very solid. The only thing I've been working on is the updating on the Python version to get the bots up to date to the new Python 3.8. And obviously is securing the Vulture servers as well and figuring out how to get those delivered out. So hopefully this webinar will cover all the high level stuff for you. And we just get nitpicking. And if you're on the private chat server, just reach out and we'll get you all set up, or just send me an email at, you know where to go, feedback@quantlabs.net. Anybody else got any questions? Love your email. We're communicating today via email. Thank you sincerely. That's from Martin. We'll leave it at that, I guess. Anybody else? It's less than an hour. Rare video stream to be less than an hour. If you got anything else, just type away, chat. If you want to speak up, that's cool too. Oh, also, if you want to talk to me and get to know what I do, the best thing to do is I got a set of questions, a questionnaire that you can fill out. It's very basic, nothing intrusive, and yeah, and then just you can send it out to this email here, support@quantlabs.net. Anybody else got any questions, comments? No? Thanks, Martin, for saying that. It's excellent. Yeah. Just a matter of getting people all signed up and stuff. And the markets are looking red hot. I just showed you what happened yesterday on Binance. Bitcoin's 43,000, 44,000. Ethereum at highs. Time to get in is now.
Yeah, I just need to watch the videos how to set it up. That's
that's part of the challenge that I just put in the YouTube there.
Yeah.
So if you know Linux, you're good to go. If not, I'll be putting more specific and easier to use and make life easier for people with the desktop on that Linux, which is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is one of the more popular distros anyways. If there's nothing else, I can wrap it up for tonight. And I'll be doing another one tomorrow for Forex. Won't cover any of the crypto or any of what I do. It's just blah, blah, blah on Forex and CFDs. Anybody else got any questions? Giving you the chat where to go, or the email, quantlabs.net, the meetup as well, quant-finance. Anybody else? No? Okay, I'll do it going once, twice, 3 times. Otherwise, we'll wrap for tonight. And thanks for coming on out for that. Okay, going once, going twice, going 3 times. I guess we're done. Thanks for coming out. Hope to see you tomorrow, maybe next Monday. And I'll be posting everything on my social media and all the rest. On that, thanks again. Have a good day.